Hey guys, I just finished A Dance with Dragons and what are words? What is breathing? I just can't. So since my brain is only capable of thinking about these books at the moment, I decided to do a very feel-induced review of the 5th book with spoilers, so you've been warned. Let's get right into it. Freaking Jon Snow, are you kidding me, George R. R. Martin? It broke my heart, okay? I literally threw the book through the room. His brothers, when I read that part, I was so sure that they were controlled by that skin changer, but just later on I realized that they might have done that out of free will, and now that I think about it, it's even more terrible. Now that I've got my feels under control, I've come to the conclusion that he's not dead. I am pretty sure he's way too freaking important to be dead at the moment. One of the reasons being, and that is just a speculation really, now that I can Google everything without being afraid of spoilers anymore, I found this awesome theory on his parents, that his parents are Rhaegar and Lyanna. I found this amazing essay. I'll link it in the underbar. You go read it and your mind will be blown. On another Jon-related note, I've always liked his storyline, but his storyline in the 5th book is his best storyline so far. Amazing. Can we talk about the awesomeness that is Asha Greyjoy? I don't know, but I have a feeling that she needs much more appreciation than she gets. She is so kick-ass. She has wormed her way into my heart as one of my favorite female characters since book 4. I mean, the Queen's Mutt. And it's kind of weird, but I do have a little soft spot for her and Justin because they're so different. They would be an interesting pair, that's all I'm saying. Also, if you haven't yet read the sample Theon chapter for The Winds of Winter, which is currently on George R. R. Martin's website, you should go and do that because it's amazing. And Asha appears in that as well, and so does Justin. Then let's go on to Theon. Oh, Theon. I mean, first of all, Reek's chapters. Ow, my hands freaking hurt. Ow, the bastard Bolton, he just earned himself a place on my I'm irked by this character list. I felt deeply sorry for Theon. I mean, there are reasons to hate him, but still, he didn't deserve that. And with his character, it's very difficult for me because I hate him, then I like him, then I feel sorry for him, then I'm annoyed by him, then I don't know. I mean, he must be well written if I keep changing my mind about him, but well, we'll see. I'm definitely looking forward to where his character goes next, especially after reading that sample chapter, which you should too. Oh yeah, Daenerys. Daenerys chapters are also politically heavy and complicated and just, I don't know what my feelings are doing. And sometimes I felt like I didn't want to read her chapters. Don't get me wrong, I love her, okay? She's badass, she's awesome, she has dragons, but she had these really complicated chapters with these problems that don't really have a clear answer, and they just break my brain because I try to think of what would be the best way to do what, and I don't come to a conclusion, and that always frustrates me. But I still liked her chapters, and towards the end shit got real. I was glued to the pages by then. Also, her last chapter, I was so afraid that she'd gotten ill from the water, and I'm still not 100% sure if she hasn't. So that kind of hurt my heart, especially because Jon's chapter had just ended with his death. So I thought, really, you're going to kill Daenerys as well now, or pretend kill her anyway. So that kind of really roughed me up. Also, her and Daario, I weirdly like those two. Sellswords are awesome. Sorry. Daario's kind of awesome. Also, I freaking love swooning Daenerys, giggling Daenerys, and her having a huge crush on him at the beginning. I swear to you, that is the best thing ever because it's so not her, but I really liked it. Yadi-da-di-yadi-da, let's go on to Tyrion. Oh my god, for all you who thought book 4 was boring, I'm not even talking to you because it was amazing. but I did miss Tyrion. I do have to say that. So I was very happy that he was back in book 5 and we got to get his wit again. But he's in a very, very dark place, isn't he? And he keeps talking about killing his father, so happy times. On this note though, I did love his time on the Shy Maiden. That, you know, the ship. It was like a small circus on a ship. Just these groups of people on that ship. I could have read books about him and that crew. So awesome. Also being on the crew, let's just mention freaking Aegon here. He is alive. He is alive. I liked the character before his true identity was introduced, so that was nice. And I like John Connington, who's with him. And I don't want John Connington to die of grayscale. Just thinking about that illness makes me twitch. Also, I kind of like him. He seems like a nice guy. But I digress because I was still talking about Tyrion. He meets Penny, who I have to say is not one of my favorite characters. I'm sorry, she's really nice, she's adorable, but she's really naive. And I think her crush on Tyrion is a bit weird, especially when they're with the sellswords and they're in the armory and he's all like, oh no, you need a full helmet to protect your nose. And she's all like, oh, so you like my nose? And the only thing he can think is, Seven save us, which is what I was thinking as well, because seriously, so you like my nose? Is there anything else you like about me? Cue awkward. Companion number 2 for Tyrion, Jorah Mormont. I hope I'm not offending anyone, but I'm not the biggest fan of his character because I feel like 90% of him are made up of Khaleesi fields and 10% of him are made up of him wanting to touch Daenerys' boobs. That weird scene in book 4 where he just grabs her naked boob and makes out with her. I haven't gotten over that. That was weird. I'm sorry, it's just that with all the Khaleesi feels, there's a bit of a lack of character. I see the wave of fans hurting me. If you love him, you have the right to love him. And I'm not denying that he still could become an interesting character, but those are my feelings. Now that I've offended half the people, let's continue. At some point, my beloved book 4, which was an awesome book, characters resurfaced, which made me very happy. One of them being Cersei, not because I like Cersei, but because, you know, Cersei was in a cell and she was suffering and then she was paraded through town naked, and that made me, I'm not going to say happy because then I feel like a cruel person, but, you know, I do like reading her chapters despite not liking her because, you know, they're still fun, they're still interesting. Also, can we talk about Qyburn's monster? About Gregor Stein, this Frankenstein monster thing that is obviously partly made somehow out of Gregor Clegane the Mountain. And let me tell you this, the Mountain scared the shit out of me when he was alive. A zombie version of him, well, let's not even get into that. That is scary. So I'm pretty sure he's going to win for her, but that is a very, very brutal ally to have. Okay, let's continue to Jaime, who wormed his way into my heart in book 3, so I was very happy to have him back. I mean, 1 chapter, but you know, it's 1 chapter, so we got to read a bit from him. Also, I mean, best end ever, Brienne is alive. Oh my god, yes. I mean, I counted on it in book 4. I was angry and sad and mad and whatnot, but I thought she was alive, so I was very happy to get that confirmation. But I am kind of scared about their storyline now. Is she taking him to Lady Stoneheart? What's your plan, Brienne? What's going on? I'm worried. And I can't wait until 2014. And I just continue the review, yes? Continue with something negative. Victorian. I don't like the guy. Never been a fan of him. He victimizes himself for having killed his wife, you know. He's all, oh no, my brother slept with my wife. Now I have to kill her. Oh, poor me. Also, he has no scruple whatsoever. He just kills people. He lets this boy be raped on his ship. He's on my irk character list as well. I don't like him. Also, how does he imagine it? He just goes to Meereen and snatches up Daenerys and they ride off and, you know, they have this blah blah relationship and Euron is going to be all mad and bitter because he got the girl and... no! Have you ever read a single A Song of Ice and Fire book? That is not going to happen. Also, even if they're going to get together, she's not going to be faithful to you because that's just going to be a political relationship, so... you're gonna be stuck with having to kill her again, which is going to go bad for you, which I kind of like that now. Stannis. I like Stannis more than I have in the previous books. I don't know how much I like him as in likable character, but he's always been an interesting character, and I do want him to kick some Bolton and Frey ass, so go Stannis. From Stannis we go to Melisandre, who's still creepy as one can be. She's also very interesting, but I always had this really weird underlining feeling that she wanted to make a creepy shadow baby with Jon Snow, which kind of weirded me out a lot. But you know, when Melisandre enters the scene, you know it's going to get interesting, which is the reason I like her. And if Jon is dead, she's still my hope of reviving him, so counting on you. But then he owes her, so that kind of scares me again. Oh my god, I think this video is ages already, so let's just get to the end where we started and talk about freaking Varys, okay? Oh my god, the ingenious chaos maker is back, or the spider that we have missed so much. I do have to say I like Kevin Lannister though, so Varys, not nice of you, did not like that, but you know, it was a kick-ass ending, and shit is going to go down in King's Landing. Shit is going to go down in King's Landing because Kevin is dead and Cersei's back and there's Gregor Stein. Shit is going to go down at the Wall because Jon Snow is dead. Also, predictions for next book. I've read so many predictions for next book and people think that Davos is going to bring Rickon back. Seriously guys, have you ever read a book by George R. R. Martin? Has a single person on a George R. R. Martin road trip ever reached the goal they were going for? No, Davos is not going to fight Rickon on Skagas. I'm sure about that. Also, Littlefinger, I missed you. I did. Also Sansa. So I bet shit is going to get real in your chapters to come. I am going to say goodbye to you and hopefully you'd like this gushy review thingy and maybe you want to tell me in the comments or give me a video response about your field. So don't forget, the night is dark and full of terrors.